So it's important to remember that every model does one thing well. And you have to know what that one thing is in order to be able to achieve the results you expect, but also to achieve the results you might not expect, right? So like, how do you use the model, and then how do you abuse the model? So it's important to remember what that one thing is. All right, style transfer. So style transfer applies a texture from one image, which is usually called the style image, to the content of another image. In each of these cases for the model, I've linked to the GitHub repo that we're going to use in class. And I've also linked to the paper that the scientists or data science or other folks wrote about the model. And I think I mentioned this last week. It's like reading these papers, half of it is really interesting, and the other half is like gobbledygook math that you don't need to understand. So if you are a mathematician, you might find it relevant. If you're not, there's always good pictures inside of these papers. And looking at the pictures will help you understand a little bit more about what they're trying to achieve with the model. So the inputs for a style transfer are one content image and one or more style images. And what that outputs is one image. So in the case of something like this, you'll see that we have a lion image that's black and white. We have Starry Night, which is a well-known style image. And when you combine those two, you get this lion image that has the texture of Starry Night. And this is probably one of the most common examples you'll see. You'll notice that it picks up colors in somewhat interesting fashion, right? So in this case, it didn't make both eyes yellow. It just made this eye yellow and made this one more of a bright blue. So it's a little bit of noise. There's like a different texture to this sort of thing than you might get just from this image. What I think is also interesting is like, you do see some of the canvas texture in this image as well. So if you've ever done style transfer, I definitely recommend playing with different types of style images to see what you get. And you can also do video. So the demo video that I have of style transfer so far doesn't cover video, but I'm definitely going to record something this week or maybe next week to show you how to do video and style transfer. It's a little bit trickier because you have to do sort of a first step to just produce all of the different video iterations, and then you can apply the style transfer to it. It also takes a while. So depending on how long you have, you might want to avoid style transfer video, but if you really like the look, it's pretty easy. It's easier to do once you know the steps.